Story just about 9 o'clock. Here's what's happening now. Modesto School on lockdown as sheriffs search for 2 suspects. That's happening right now at Enoch High School. Elisa.
I'm Elisa Becerra in Natomas, where a 9-year-old boy is dead and his father stands accused of killing him. We'll give you the details coming up.
A teacher busted for stealing at Linden High School. Coming up, how her students caught her in the act. Sabrina.
I'm Sabrina Rodriguez. We are in Lodi for Formula 209 in their brand new Visitor and Conference Center. If you want to know about all the incredible things happening in this community, this is where you come, and believe me, there is a lot going on here.
This is Fox 40 News at 9.
First, we continue to follow some breaking news out of Natomas. This has been a really hard story to follow all morning. Investigators are looking into the death of a 9-year-old boy.
Yeah, Elisa Becerra is live there at the scene this morning. Elisa.
Yeah, you know, we've seen residents that live in this neighborhood actually come out here upon hearing this, and they just stand there looking at this crime scene in disbelief. We've talked to people this morning who just cannot fathom what has happened. A 9-year-old boy is dead, and his father stands accused of killing him. Here's how it all unfolded.
We have taken into custody the father. He is under arrest for homicide. His name is Philip Hernandez. He is 36 years old.
The father of a 9-year-old boy is charged with his murder. This after 2 frantic 911 calls are made from a Natomas home just before midnight. When help arrived, a 9-year-old boy was found dead. Police say it appears he died from severe blunt force trauma to the head. The boy's father was found walking several blocks away and taken into custody.
It's just horrific. Some of the officers and detectives definitely having a tough time, but more importantly, the family is just devastated. So we're trying to deal with them and get them the resources that they need to get through this.
And again, you know, we've seen countless residents walking by, walking their children to school, waking up, telling us that they heard sirens. Here's what some of those residents said.
We woke up at 1:30 with someone ringing our doorbell, don't know who it was or what happened, and come out here and to find this happening. I mean, we've only been in this neighborhood for 7 months, very quiet neighborhood, and nothing like this we could ever imagine happening.
We never hear like a dead kid nearby, so it is something weird.
And we've seen so many people being emotional this morning. We actually ran into some members of the extended family. Philip Hernandez's brother declined to talk to us on camera, but he did tell us that they were here. They were being questioned by police, and they were, of course, I saw them all crying. It was a very emotional scene. It's in a very emotional, heavy scene out here. It's been 9 hours since investigators first got to the scene. They are still here, still investigating this very tragic story. Back to you.
Definitely a hard morning, Elisa. Thank you. 9:03 now, and on to story number 2.
Breaking news out of Modesto. Enoch High School was on lockdown for about an hour.
Eric Rucker is live on the scene to tell us why and update us on what's going on now. Hi, Eric.
Yeah, good morning, Bethany and Paul. We can tell you that lockdown was lifted here about 15 minutes ago. It started around 7:20 this morning after reports of a home invasion nearby. Modesto police determined that the threat is no longer to this high school in general, and that they're working on the situation over there. I wish I had an update for you on what exactly is going on over there, but we've been concentrating on the high school. Right now, parents are voluntarily picking up their kids, although the staff here say that everything is safe and the coast is clear. That's from Associate Principal Danielle Hinkle, and joining me right now is Chris Davidson. She's a parent. You have 2 seniors here. Very scary stuff. What's the first thing that went through your mind when you heard about all this?
Just to get back to the school, you know, to be here to keep an eye and help my kids feel safe. And, you know, there were police everywhere. There were parent guards standing all over the school. So I knew they were okay. They were protected.
Many parents are choosing, as you see them walk in, to pick up their kids and check them out of class. But in your mind, it's best that they just kind of stay in school knowing that they are safe. What is the mentality behind that? Why are you keeping them in class today?
Well, I checked with them. I asked them. They said that they felt safe. They felt that they were okay. And they said they were fine to stay at school. So I trust their judgment.
Their judgment, the staff and the police,
Yeah,
and everybody around. And sorry if I'm mistaken, but did I see earlier kind of thank the security guards? Was that you? Yeah. Talk about that. We've had a lot of scary stuff happen at schools recently, but your mind is with the people that are protecting your kids, correct?
Oh yeah, of course. You know, as soon as I had just dropped my kids off when they went on lockdown, and so I came back to the school, And, you know, first thing I noticed, there were police everywhere, and there were the guards out front, and I knew they were okay, but I just couldn't leave.
Gotcha. Chris, we appreciate your time. Thank you so much. You did a good job.
Thank you.
So like we said about 15 minutes ago, everything clear here now. Students can stay in school if their parents choose. Otherwise, they can take them out. It's pretty emotional times this morning at Enoch's High School.
Thanks, Eric. And number 3, it's big news for Kings fans. The Sacramento City Council is moving forward on a plan to build a new arena. The vote allows the city manager to spend $150,000 to bring in legal and financial advice to guide further decisions about a new sports and entertainment complex for the capital city. And we found out that the City Council is watching us for some of their latest information.
In the last 24 hours, you know, many of us saw the Fox40 report last night and heard about the minority owner interested, who's a owner of the Kings, not just a guy on the street, the owner of the Kings, saying, I'd like to make an offer to the Maloofs to buy the team and to build an arena here in Sacramento, 100% privately financed. Well, we've been struggling for years how to build an arena with our reality we have. We don't have a ton of money to be writing a check. So to me, that sounds like an intriguing offer.
And the Kings sure to be a big topic at Kevin Johnson's State of the City address tomorrow night. If you want to watch the mayor, Fox40 is bringing it to you live. Go to fox40.com and start watching about 5:30 p.m.
Story number 4, a Linden High School student set up a hidden camera hoping to catch a thief and ended up busting a popular teacher. We told you about this story last week, and now we've got the video to show you. It all started when students in Justine Betty's gym class started noticing money and other items were missing from their backpacks. Then one student hid inside a locker with her cell phone and captured this video and then showed it to the principal. Authorities are investigating, and that teacher has been placed on administrative leave. There was a nasty crash in West Sacramento earlier this morning, and it killed a utility worker. That accident happened after a PG&E truck drove right into a traffic light before 1 o'clock this morning on Washington Boulevard and Southport Parkway. Investigators are asking drivers to avoid the area during their morning commutes.
We're requesting that citizens in the community avoid this intersection. The light pole at this point has been deemed to be unstable, so we have personnel on scene dealing with that issue, and it will be getting replaced, but we foresee that this intersection will be impacted for much of the day.
Yeah, and investigators are still looking into the cause of that crash.
Well, the city of trees, that's Sacramento, could also be called the city of leaves this time of year. The city collects, have you heard this number yet this morning? Up to 170 tons of leaves every day this time. I thought you were going to thought I was going to say every year, every day this time of year. From there, they get loaded onto big rigs and they make a 25-mile trip north to a composting site for recycling.
It's all organic material. It's in Sacramento. It's extremely clean and really good and readily available at this time of year.
Yeah, the leaves end up getting used to make landscaping or gardening materials, so we make good use of them. And of course, some of them end up clogging our drains around here, and we end up with flooding when Darren gives us all this rain.
Guys, we were talking so much about street flooding, and we were doing such a great job of pointing out where the trouble spots are. That's one form of flooding, and a lot of times usually are urban, flood watch for something like that. But just a general flood watch, which is what we have now, can apply to some of the lower-lying creeks and streams that go through town. Let me give you a close-up view here. We're going to leave behind the wide view from Sacramento, and we're going to come in a little closer still and get into Arden Creek, which sits just down to the south here on Arden Creek, just down to the south of American River College. One more zoom in as we go past the parking lot from American River College, and we're going to get back down into Arden Creek. That's where the flood control district has a gauge that they watch, and I'm going to show you a picture of a creek running through the stream bed. That's that same stream that runs right by the parking lot at American River College. You see the top where it says just near the bottom of the bridge, 72.4 elevation? That's just about 9 feet higher than the bottom of the channel, which sits at 63 feet. In other words, you'd have to rise 9 feet of water to get to the bottom of that bridge. Well, that's already happened. So let me give you a point of reference on this. That stream right now is already flowing to the bottom of that bridge. It's risen 9 feet. And for perspective, I've got Julian standing on a ladder here right next to me. She's got this tape measure going all the way down to the ground where I'm standing. I'm barely 5'8". So this is what 9 feet of water looks like. And that's how much has already filled that creek. We had Elisa Becerra standing in that creek bed 2 days ago at the bottom. She barely got her boots muddy. There was no water in it. We've already had enough rain to fill that thing from the bottom of the channel to the bottom of the bridge. If it goes a little higher, it starts flowing over that bridge. It does that quite often when this is one of the trouble spots we always check in on, and there will be water flowing over that bridge by the time we get to Sunday. I'll have more on the rest of this.